house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 17 updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Annie 305. She's been watching us for 7 seasons. You're insane, but it's great. So she wants to know, do we watch Will Huser's parody videos? Absolutely. I'm obsessed with Will Huser. I love him. He does such a great job, and I'm really excited to see his next video on Monday, especially since he didn't have one this week because he was sick, and I was just like, no. But thank you for your question, and thanks so much for watching. And special birthday shout out to my sister Kristen, who does not watch these videos, but still, share, spread the love. She's 28 today. Okay, so last night, Julia was evicted by a vote of 3-0, and the show ended with the HOH competition in progress. It was the egg one. I love the egg one so much. Okay, so this one was like trickier than usual though, because they weren't just going like across the thing. They had to go over. So like their arms must have been dying after like 2 minutes. So the feeds come back, and everybody in the competition's like pretty close except for Liz. She sucked at this competition. So she fell behind pretty quickly, and she was like, there's no way I'm gonna win this, so I may as well get that luxury prize. And she did. We still don't know what it is. But Vanessa was the first one to get all 10 eggs. And if you guys just want an idea of how close it was, Johnny Mac was at 9, Austin was at 8, and Liz had 6 plus the prize. So Vanessa just like pulled it out. I gotta say, I'm really surprised that she did not throw this one. I was like 90% sure that she'd be throwing, but I think she kept saying that she wanted to throw it too, but she got really freaked out and felt like she had to win. But I mean, she's aligned with both duos left in the house, so like what the hell is she gonna do this week? I think part of her is kind of regretting winning because she's just like, oh crap, like, what am I doing? Excuse me. So, good thing that this is a fast-forward week. Seriously, Vanessa's HOHs are just like, because you guys know how she gets. This is her 4th HOH. It's just too much paranoia. There's so much back and forth and like investigations, and I can't take it. So Liz promises to bring Vanessa on her reward if she gets to pick someone. I'm pretty sure she will. So that should be interesting. And Vanessa's just like hitting the ground running with this HOH as usual. She's like, I need to confirm some facts before she can make a decision. So she starts going around asking everyone who they would nominate if they had won HOH. So she's like, who would you nominate? What was your plan? And then she took it another step further. She's like, who did blank say that they would nominate if they won? And then she was like, who did blank think that you would nominate if you won? So she's trying to, there's like a lot of layers here. It's not just like a straight up, who would you nominate question. It's like, I don't know. There's like a lot of questions about like perception, and like she's trying to figure out the deals in the house. Okay, so Austin was like begging for his life. It was crazy. It was like week 5 all over again. So he's like, I'll do whatever you want, whatever. You want me to go on the block? I'll do it. You want me to vote out Liz? I'll do it. Just keep me safe. So yeah, Vanessa's like going through her list of questions, and Austin is saying, well, okay, let me just say that Vanessa is really curious about the whole Steve, Austin, Liz connection. She wants to see what was going on there. So Austin is like, well, Steve thought that he would be safe if I won, but I was just BSing him. I would have put up Johnny Mac and Steve. I don't know if that's totally true, but that's what Austin is going with. So then Vanessa is talking to Liz, and she also asks her, like, what did Steve think that you would do? Like, that's just such a weird question. But Liz tells Vanessa, Steve expected that he would be going up on the block if I won HOH, but then she tells her about the whole tiebreaker deal that they made before, how Steve was asking her to break the tie in his favor if he was up on the block on eviction night. So again, Liz says she didn't plan on honoring that. So I'm sorry, I'm just like full of yawns today. So yeah, she said that she was not going to honor that if it came to it. I don't know if that's a good enough answer for Vanessa. So then Vanessa was talking to Steve, and she was like, what's going on with Austin and Liz? Like, what's the deal? Literally, what is the deal? So then Vanessa's like, wow, these stories are not lining up. What's going on here? So she's telling Steve that she now has a reason to target Austin. The reason is back. The reason is it's the freaking final 5 and you need to get rid of someone. Okay, so Vanessa and Johnny Mac were talking, and again, she wants to know what kind of deals Austin has going on. So she's like, what is up with you and Austin? So Johnny Mac lets her know, like, we kind of made a deal last week that if one of us won HOH, we weren't, you know, gonna go after each other. We're gonna take each other to the final 4. All right, so now that Vanessa's hearing about this deal, she's getting a little bit pissed because she's realizing that Austin had deals with everyone to keep himself safe this week. But I don't see why she's getting so pissed because she has deals with everyone too. Like, she's the queen of deals. So Johnny Mac brings up, like, you told me to make a deal with Austin, so, like, that's why I did that. We wanted to, like, throw him off the scent so that he wouldn't know that me, you, and Steve are working together. And Vanessa's like, oh, did I say that? Oh, okay. So then Vanessa is talking to Austin and Liz again, and she's, like, telling them everything's a mess right now because you guys have made these conflicting deals and it's really making things messy. And Vanessa then claims she has never made a conflicting deal in this game. What? Okay, I wrote lol and drew stars all around it for that because it was that funny. What? Okay, this is my thing. Like, I totally respect when people, like, lie and stuff in this game, but, like, I need people to own up to it. I just can't take the holier than thou thing. That's, like, the problem that I had with Derek last season, and now it's just like Vanessa is doing that. It's just like, stop it. So then Liston keeps saying that they are loyal to Vanessa. All those other deals were just BS. What are they supposed to say? No to people? Come on. So they're just telling Steve what he wants to hear. They were going to go after him. So then there was more begging from Austin. Lots of talk about incentives. That is like the buzzword. Every other word out of Vanessa's mouth right now is incentives. Like, every other word. So now everybody's hearing Vanessa saying that, so they're saying it too, and it's just like, stop it. But yeah, Austin starts selling that Johnny Mac and Steve, while they're not doing stuff under the covers like Austin and Liz, they are still very much a couple in this game. You gotta look out for them because they're definitely gonna take each other to the final too. So Vanessa's like, good point. So she suggests maybe putting up Johnny Mac and Liz, so it's one person from each side, with Johnny Mac as the target. So then she's telling Austin, like, you have to promise to throw the power of veto. We'll keep Liz, but she needs to stay up on the block. And then there's some more conditions. She also says, you have to promise me that you're going to bring me to the final 3, and Austin and Liz must agree to throw part 1 of the final HOH to her. Would you like an arm too? I mean, really. So Liz comes in and they agree to the deal. Would they actually honor it? I hope not, because that's insane. But anyway, Big Brother tells the house guests that things are getting moved up this week. It's not going to be a full week, so they have to be up ready early in the morning. We're going to come back to that. Alright, it's time for Vanessa's HOH room reveal. She got her snacks, pictures, a letter from her friend, and a new yellow beanie. She's got quite a collection now. How is she going to choose which one to wear? So then Vanessa and Austin were talking again later, and now she's saying that she wants to nominate Steve and Johnny Mac, because you can't just nominate one of them, because if the other person wins the power veto, they can just save their friend, and then it's just like a cluster for her. So she wants to put up both of them now, with Johnny Mac still as a target. So then Austin and Vanessa are talking more about going to Final 2 together. Vanessa feels that the two of them really deserve it. They've been behind a lot of the moves in the game. And also, she's a big fan of gaming, and he's a big fan of Big Brother. So Austin then agrees not only to throw part 1 of the final HOH to her, but also part 3 if he finds himself there. Because he doesn't want to have to choose between Vanessa and Liz. Alright, so it sounds insane. Like, what are you people doing? So then, Vanessa's talking to Steve. She lets him know Johnny Mac's the target. I want to keep rolling with the Scamper Squad, so I'm going to take him out. He hasn't done much in the game. People are going to be tempted to drag him to the end. He's going to take somebody else's spot, and she doesn't want that to happen. So she promises Steve that he's going to be safe. She says, I've got the votes. Austin and Liz have sworn that they will keep you safe. Steve is not really feeling this. He's like, I don't trust them. I'm worried that they're going to vote me out. But Vanessa tells him, like, even if John wins the veto, I don't know what's going to happen, but you'll be safe. I wouldn't be comfortable with that either if I were Steve. But then Vanessa's talking to Johnny Mac in the HOH room, and she lets him know, like, look, you're a huge threat to me in the Final Four veto comp. I can't play in the HOH next week, so I'm really relying on that competition. Also, she brings up that Johnny Mac and Steve would bring each other to the final too, so she'd be left out in the cold. So Johnny Mac is just like, whatever, do what you gotta do. If you gotta put the two of us up, it is what it is. He's great. He also brings up that he knows about the 5-person alliance. He knows that it exists, so, like, he gets it. He also brings up that he hates all of them. He just hates Vanessa the least. So he's pulling a real Dr. Will there. But Vanessa got a kick out of it. She was like, that's great. So then Vanessa does not tell Johnny Mac that he is the target, but she does let him know, like, look, you're probably going up on the block. But I guess she's trying to play it off like Steve is the target. I feel like he's probably going to see through that. But this morning, the house guests did get up early, and the feeds went off a little bit before 10 a.m. Big Brother time, and they're going to be staying off until 11:30 Big Brother time tonight. So I'm assuming that they will be doing nominations and POV today to leave some time to do the luxury trip for Liz and Guest. So I guess, let's see, 11:30 Big Brother time, that's like 2:30 here. Ooh, I think I'm gonna be asleep. But if you guys check back tomorrow morning, I will be posting in the info, you know, nominations and POV. Hopefully we'll have that information for you. So until then, much love.
Edit.